I'm here today with a tutorial on this look here. This is a tutorial using my favorite products. So everything that I'm using is things that I love. It's holy grail stuff for me. Everything that I'm showing you is products that I truly, truly love. A ton of them are holy grail status. So you've seen me use them, most of these things, quite a few times. But some of them are just things that I use on an everyday basis, or I don't always use in videos, but they're like my favorite products. I thought this would be a fun video idea so you guys can see things that I'm really liking and kind of see how they all go together today. And I'm loving the way this turned out. I don't always use these products like all together, but I wanted to go and see like all my favorite products together, like what kind of look I would get. And I just absolutely love the way that the eyes turned out. I think this is perfect for the holidays. It's actually perfect anytime. It's kind of like everyday glam, but I also think this would be really, really beautiful for a Christmas party, for New Year's. It's so pretty. I just love it. I just feel so glammed up, but not like overkill. You know what I'm saying? Oh yes, this is going to be a tutorial on my favorite products. If you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Cassie. I hope you enjoyed this video and decide to stay a while by hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up before you leave and hit that notification bell. That way you're notified of any new videos that come out, because YouTube is crazy and doesn't put things in subscription boxes unless that little bell is clicked. So make sure you click that little bell and let's just get into the tutorial. All right, to start this out, I'm going to use the Smashbox Primer Water. I absolutely love this stuff. I'm on the second or third one. It just really hydrates my skin, especially in the colder winter months. Then I'm going to go in with the Hangover RX Primer from Too Faced. This is an oldie but a goodie. When I was thinking about what primer to use, I was like, which one do I like really, really just holy grail love? And that was what came to mind. And then also the Too Faced Primed and Peachy. I love this for filling in my pores. It also helps kind of mattify my T-zone a little bit, although as it gets warmer, or colder actually, I don't find that my T-zone gets as oily. So I use this for pore filling and mattifying, and then I'm going to go in with the Kevyn Aucoin Etherealist foundation. This foundation is amazing if you have not tried it yet. It gives you the most beautiful, like, lit from within glow. It doesn't really get oily on me. I could probably get 10 to 12 hours of wear out of it before it starts to break down, but it just looks so healthy and glowy. I had a lot of people actually comment on my Instagram stories the other day about what foundation I was wearing, because they said my skin looked flawless, which thank you very much. But it was this foundation. As you can see, it blends beautifully into the skin and I absolutely love it. Next, I'm going to take the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, and I love this for under my eyes. Not only does it have amazing coverage, but it lasts all day. It doesn't settle into my fine lines, and it doesn't dry out my under eyes, which is a problem I have with a lot of concealers. So I'm just applying this and blending it out with a Morphe sponge. You can use a beauty blender, any complexion sponge, or your finger, and it just really melts into the skin beautifully. And to set all of that, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It powder. It's so good. This is an Urban Decay concealer pencil that used to be my all-time favorite, and I totally forgot about it, but I've been reaching for it so much lately, and it really does last all day, and it's light enough to really give me that brightened look down the center of my nose. And then you guys know the Anastasia Contour Stick in Fawn is like my favorite. I love it for contouring my nose, contouring my cheekbones. It blends effortlessly into the skin, and it's just so pigmented, and the tone of it is absolutely perfect for my skin. As you can see there, I'm just kind of contouring, and then I'm going to blend it out. I usually spray my brush with my Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, but I'm running low on that, so I did not use that, and I actually found that this blended really nicely even without spritzing it. You can use a little bit of Fix Plus if you want, but I just love the Luminous Dewy Skin Mist to blend out my contour. So I'm just going to blend it out, and then I'm going to get a smaller brush from Sigma to blend out the nose contour. I think it's like a Kabuki Precision brush, really tiny one, and it just blends it out so nicely. I'm gonna go in with my sponge and blend out all the highlighter down the center of my face. I kind of let this sit for a little bit because I just feel like it makes it a little bit brighter, because it's a little more difficult to blend out the longer that it sits. So it kind of keeps that brightness and doesn't blend away, as you can see there. And just blending, blending, blending. And it still blends out really easily. It just a little harder to blend out once you've let it sit. And this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder. This stuff is phenomenal. It's lightweight. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's not too heavy. It doesn't look dry or powdery. And that's a Real Techniques setting brush, which is my favorite for setting my under eyes and my T-zone. I'm watching Designated Survivor. Do any of you guys watch that show? And then this is the Urban Decay Naked Powder, which I forgot about this and I pulled it out about a month ago and I love it. It is definitely more of a fuller coverage powder. So if you don't like that, you might not like this, but I just find it gives a flawless finish. This is the Marc Jacobs bronzer, which I heard they're bringing back. And this brush is from Juno & Co, Juno. It's super cheap and this brush is so incredibly soft. I absolutely love these brushes. And I'm just bronzing up around my temples and kind of where I would contour to add some color back into my skin. And don't worry, I am crazy and heavy-handed with my bronzer, but I will go and clean it up in just a moment. As you can see there, the nice thing about this Morphe sponge is it does have that sharp edge, so it makes it really easy to just clean up that line. And I'm using my Rimmel Instant Stay Matte Powder, and it works really great. I usually use that for my under eyes, but I wanted to switch it up for a different powder today. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Geek blushes, and I am almost positive this is the shade Cherish, which I absolutely love. And this is a Wet n Wild brush. They're new holiday holographic brushes and they're so soft and they just blend everything in so nicely and they're really cheap. It was $30 for I think 10 to 12 brushes. Then I'm going to take this Becca palette. These are supposed to be eyeshadows maybe, but it's their Shimmering Skin Perfectors. I love this for my highlight. And you can see there it's just poppin'. I used Opal and Moonstone, so if you already have these in the full size, use those. Otherwise, if you haven't gotten any of them, I think this palette is perfect because it gives you the opportunity to try a bunch of shades, plus they have some limited edition shades as well. I'm contouring my nose with the Cover FX bronzer. You guys have seen this many, many times, and this is another one of those Wet n Wild brushes, and it just is such a soft, fluffy brush, and it does such a nice job at contouring my nose. Moving on to brows, this is a new brow pencil that I am in love with. It is so, so good. It's the new Temptation, Total Temptation line from Maybelline. This is in the soft brown and it is such a nice pencil. So I'm just going along the bottom of my brows and along the top to create the shape. And then I reached back into my powder products, and this is the Vanity Mark brow powder in Milk Choco. If you've been with me for a long time, I used to use this all the time, like I'm talking 4 or 5 years ago. And the color is so perfect. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's like the perfect color for to match my hair color. And then I'm going in with these new, it's like a plump brow mousse mascara. I think it's from L'Oreal. It could be from Maybelline. I'll link it down below. It's just really great at holding your brows together, keeping them in place because I have crazy brows. Then I'm just going underneath my brows with a Sephora brightening pencil. This is really great at just kind of giving a lift to your brows. It's like a boob job for your brows. It just gives it a nice little brow lift. And I'm just blending that out. Next, my Makeup Geek in the nude. I love this palette so much. You can see it's very well loved. I'm taking that middle color in a fluffy brush, blending that in the crease. You can see that's the perfect transition shade. It's the perfect best friend shade. I'm obsessed with it. It blends so beautifully and so nicely onto the lid. Hardly any effort. And even if you were doing like a no makeup day, this would be a perfect shade to just throw right in your crease. Next, I'm taking the lighter matte cream shade in the palette and popping that under my brow bone. And you guys know the trick. It's like the same thing for my brow bone. I'm going to go and blend it out a little bit just to make sure it's nice and seamless. Then I'm going to go in with that little bit more of a warm, kind of caramely brown and a little bit of a tighter brush and blending that right into the crease. And you can see they just blend so nicely. I just love this palette so, so much. When I travel, sometimes it's the only palette I bring because I feel like I can just get like the perfect look every time and it's just beautiful. Now I'm going to go in with that really warm, reddish brown, and this brush is an e.l.f. brush. It is fantastic and it's super cheap. and I'm blending that into the crease, and then as you can see there, kind of dragging it down towards the lash line on that outer third of my lid. These brushes are so cheap. They're cheaper than Morphe. They're cheaper than all the other brushes that everyone talks about. These e.l.f. brushes and the Wet n Wild brushes do not get enough love, and they are by far cheaper than any of the other brushes that you see pushed out on YouTube. So I don't have a coupon code for you, but you can get these at, I think Target has these e.l.f. brushes. And Walgreens, if you can still find the Wet n Wild brush collection, I would highly recommend picking it up. Just going back in and blending along the edges to make sure everything looks nice and seamless, and just touching up that outer brow. I decided to throw these clips in just so you can see that I do go back and forth between blending when I apply colors. Sometimes I leave that out, but I thought it'd be helpful for today. And then I'm taking that deeper color and I'm just blending the outer third, as you can see there, keeping it kind of down in that crease and then right along the lash line. And I'm just doing tapping motions to get the product in, and then I'll do small little swiping motions. Next this is Grand Sian. This is like the one shadow that I do know the name of because I've already gone through a full size. This is a beautiful, like soft rose gold champagne-y color. And I used a little Fix Plus, and sometimes I'll just leave it like this, but I wanted to go a little bit more of a bang, so I will be applying some glitter. And you can see here I'm just blending again, making sure everything stays nice and seamless. And then using this Tom Ford liner. This liner literally never dies. I've had it for over a year. It never runs out. It's so easy to use. It's beautiful, and it is a little bit pricier, but I've literally had it for over a year. And it just never runs out. So most liners I find at the drugstore are around the $10 price range, and I definitely use over 5 of those a year. So if you want a really good liner, I recommend that Tom Ford one. This is Retro Rose Gold from Stila. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. I totally had like neglected these for months, and something about the holiday season wants me to be sparkly and glittery, and I just, oh, it's so pretty. I do recommend doing your liner first and then going in with these, because sometimes it is hard to put the liner over the glitter. I find that it kind of gets a little bit patchy and hard to draw over the glitter. So I usually do my liner first, and then I'm just really careful right around the liner line. And then again, going in and just blending along the sides, along the edges to keep everything nice and blended. Oh, it's so pretty. I just love these. Going in with the Becca palette again, a little bit of Fix Plus in that middle color, and popping that on the inner corner just to give it a nice, bright, wide-eyed effect, even though I will be putting black liner in my waterline. Again, just going back in and doing a little bit more blending, touching up anything, adding a little bit more color. Sometimes when you blend, the color isn't as pigmented, so you just kind of add in a little bit more. And you can see here, this is the Prestige Black liner. It's really nice and black. This grosses me out even watching this, so I usually don't even put these clips in. I just think it's gross. I'm weird about eyes, but putting that in my waterline and my upper waterline as well, my tight line. Going in with that deepest color that we put in the outer corner and applying that on the lower lash line, and then blending it with that reddish brown. And it just, these shadows just blend so nicely, you guys. And it's just really, really beautiful. I love the way this look turned out. And then Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And then I'm going to use the Iconic Light lashes. You'll see I'll do my lips first, and then I'll pop in the lashes. I really let the glue get super tacky. I use the House of Lashes glue, and it just, you'll see how easy it is to pop them on. This is ColourPop Beeper, by far probably my #1 favorite lip liner of all time. It's just the perfect color. I just love this combination that I'm going to show you. It's just the perfect lip. This is Viva Glam 2 from MAC. Oh my gosh, this lip is just my favorite. I can't even. This color is beautiful. I think I need a new one though, because mine's starting to smell a little bit funny. As you can see, look at pop, and on the outer, bloop. Look at that, so easy. The trick is make sure your glue is super, super tacky, and then they'll just pop on beautifully. It'll be so much easier. If the glue's not tacky, they just slide around, and you can see, pop, so easy. And then I'm going to put on my gloss. And my gloss, like I said before, is Marc Jacobs Enamored Lip Gloss in Skin Deep. It's beautiful if you love a nude lip.
And the enamored lip glosses are some of my favorite. They have a minty smell to them, and they just are so cushiony and plush and beautiful on the
Alright guys,
lips.
so that is it for the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any requests for videos, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to know what kind of videos you guys are interested in watching. So yeah, leave those down in the comments. Again, don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up this video before you leave, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!